Hey guys, so I'm back today to come on here and do a junk journal with you using the We Are Memory Keepers binding toolkit that I bought yesterday. Now, I have made a few. This ain't going to be an elaborate junk journal. It's going to be just, well, these are some I made yesterday, so they're just a few pages. I haven't finished decorating them yet. Doily, a bit of vellum, a little fold there, little envelope, a little tuck spot type thing, not tuck spot, I can't think of the word, but yeah, it's just a really quick journal that I made, junk journal. I made another one here and I messed up the stitching in the middle, so I just put a bit of washi down the middle, but I've yet to stamp any of the pages or anything, and I was having far too much fun making them, so I thought I'd come on here and share with you how the tool binding kit works. Now, I've broken my We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board. As you may remember, a few months ago I fell off my chair in my craft room and fell backwards and bruised myself really badly. But what I didn't realise at the time was that my punch board was there and it snapped in half. So I haven't got a punch board, and so I've got no envelopes. I can't make my own envelopes. So I did find a Santoro envelope there that I'm going to use. And I'm going to make a Santoro junk journal. But before I get onto that, because I can't make envelopes anymore, I've started making these policy, I think they're policy envelopes. So this is a 12 by 12 one. And I'll show you how to do an 8 by 8 one. So I'm just going to get on with it. So I've got a sheet of 8 by 8 paper here. And what you're going to do is you're going to want to, I've written my measurements down. Oh, I'm dropping everything. So you want to score it at 1.5 and 6.5. So 1.5 and 6.5. And then you're going to want to turn it. So just turn it and then score at 2.5 and 5.5. And the 5.5 is really dodgy on this. So that's it. And then what you're going to want to do is, you could make these smaller, you don't have to have them that big. You just fold at the score lines, and then what I do is I cut away these bits. So up to the score lines, cut them away. And then that's your little flap, and what you could do is just cut by there and by there. So then that's your little envelope. But I obviously don't seal either end, just because obviously I want it to be able to put goodies in this side and the other side. So if you are one, I will do a tutorial on the 12 by 12, the 6 by 6 and the 8 by 8 again, but I just wanted to come on here and get this junk journal sorted. Now, I'm obsessed with making junk journals now. This is my new craze, shall we say, because, oops, I'm dropping everything. Sam the Scottish Crafter is having a junk journal challenge, and I've started making my junk journal, so I will give you a sneak peek. Oh no, so a bit of it is fallen off there. There we go. So this is my junk journal. So it is like an album shaped, and I'm sure there was another flower. It's obviously fallen off somewhere. It's an album shaped, and I haven't finished it completely. I've still got to put paper on the inside and decorate each page, but this is what I've done so far. But yeah, absolutely loved it. And I had this like faux leather fabric, and I thought I'd use that. I had nothing else to use it for, so I thought I'd use it in this. But yeah, I've done 3 signatures in this, and I binded these before I had the We Are Memory Keepers tool. This is one of the incentives that made me want to buy that tool, because I found it so hard to bind. It was just really, really tricky for me. So yeah, so this is my junk journal I've started making for Sam's challenge, and I cannot wait to finish it. I'm obsessed now, honestly. So let's get cracking on. So what I've done, I've just tea stained some of these regular sheets of A4 paper, you know, like the ones you buy for your printers and that. You can buy these for like £2.50 for, I think, 300 or 400 sheets from Tesco's and things like that. Tea stained them, and then all I do is fold each one in half individually. So I fold them in half individually first, just because if I fold them all together is different shapes, and then I start slotting them inside each other and add the little extras as well that I want to add. So I've put an envelope here, had this bit of scrap paper, made a policy envelope there. I think there is a doily somewhere. No, I thought I did have a doily. Yeah, I have got a doily. I must have skipped the page the doily was on. Where is that? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I did skip it. So yeah, just put that together. And the paper I'm using then for the cover is just some of this 12 by 12 Gorgeous Girl Santora paper, and just love it because it's quite dark and it's got like some like writing all over it. But I thought this would be a perfect cover, and then what I'll do, I'll stamp the front of it with images of the Gorgeous Girls. And all I want to do is, I'm not going to measure or cut or anything like that because I'm too lazy to do that. I'm just going to put my, I'm going to fold it in half first, the 12 by 12. So fold it exactly in half, so it's like that. I hope this is making sense. So it's folded in half now, and then I'm going to put my papers in like that. And as you can see, some of it is hanging out. So what I'll do, I'll get my knife and ruler in a bit and cut all that out. And then I don't want it this large, obviously, but I want a little bit of space at the bottom and top. And then I'm just going to cut, because it's a junk journal insert or a notebook, I'm not too bothered about it being perfect. Does that make sense? And as you can see, it did cut a bit, but that's how I do it. And then you get the We Are Memories Keepers binding toolkit. So this is what you get. I did buy two. I just ripped it a bit though on the back, but I did buy two. And in each kit you get the bookbinding guide, the curved and straight needle, waxed thread, instructions, Japanese stitching templates, and storage pocket. Easily pierce through 8 sheets of paper, bookboard and leather. Create books up to 9 inches tall. So yeah, and these are £25. I'm not sure what I'm doing with this one yet. I will let you know when I've decided what I'm doing with this one. I did practice some of the Japanese style thread there on this, just this piece of paper here, and what you would do if you were making a bigger, that's how it would fold open. So I will come back on and do a tutorial for that one, but at this moment I'm just doing the standard thread, as I'd like to call it. So move that to one side. So what you do is you unscrew it, and you want the V-shaped. So it's got the V-shaped here for the normal stitching, and then you've got your flat stitching here for your fancy stitching. And I haven't tried this many papers in it yet, so I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll soon see. So you lie your, you know, the triangle, not triangle, but the V fold into the V fold of this. You get this and you place it on top. So like I said, I don't know. Let me straighten the papers a bit. There we go. Don't know if it'll go through all these sheets. And then you just screw it in place there. And this holds it in place for you. Oops. Help if I put it in. There we go. And then in here, this pouch that it comes with is your needles, your wax thread, and your pokey tool. So I only like to do 2 stitches. So I'm going to do it, probably going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th hole in, and it went through actually, it's gone through all of them. And then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I want to make sure. Oh, it's struggling with this bit a bit. Let's see if it's gone through. Yeah, it went through both sides. So absolutely, I love this. Honestly, I absolutely love it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the straight needle and the wax thread, and I'm going to stitch it, and I'll show you how I stitch it. I'm terrible when it comes to anything sewing related. I don't do sewing, I don't do anything. I absolutely hate it. So I'll show you what I do when I do it. So I'm just going to cut out a long piece, not too long. So cut out a bit. Where's my scissors too? There they are. Hope this video makes sense, guys. I really want to start getting into my junk journals, like, so I'm going to start collecting, like, you know, leaflets and magazine clippings, and I'm thinking of like getting some old books of the kids and making like a children's type junk journal. I'm so excited. Once I start something, if I really enjoy it, so I've just tied a knot there, and then I'm going to tie a knot at the end, and all I do just to make it stick like thicker so we don't go through the pages is double it up like that. And then, oh my goodness, my fingers are too fat to be doing something like this. And then I just tie a knot in the end and pull. Sorry if you can hear my son. And then I start with this hole, make sure everything's going through. Just because there's so many, I just need to make sure it's all going through. Even went through the envelope. So there we go. It's all gone through. Just pull the thread through. And then you come back this way from the outside. You probably all know this, but... And then again, do the same. Make sure you go through every individual piece of paper. With less papers, I found that it, like I could just put the needle through quickly. It went through all of them, but obviously because I've put a few bits in here, I just need to make sure that the needle's gone through each layer correctly. Oops, and then my knot is come undone. Well, that's fine, just pull it through. Tie your knot back up again. My fingers are too fat for this needle, so just thread it through again, and then again do another little knot. But yeah, now I've started these junk journals, my mind's just overflowing with ones because I've never made a proper one before. I did cut up a book and used glue though to bind it, silicone glue, and it just, I don't know, I wasn't happy with that. So now you've put it through there, you're going to want to go through the same hole again, the one you previously went through. See, it was a lot easier to go through them that time. Pull it through, but make sure it's nice and tight. Through the other hole then. Gosh, I really need my glasses on when I'm doing this. There we go. Pull in nice and tight. And then how I tie them off is I just go under a few times. I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, and then I just make a little knot here. And then cut off the excess. It's not as tight as I wanted it to be, but that's fine. This is what happens, see, because I messed up. I didn't pull it all the way through. I've got some loose thread in here, but what I'll do is I've got some Santora washi tape and I'll put that down the middle there. But literally, this is my quick and simple junk journal. I'm going to stamp the pages and things like that. Yeah, I'm just obsessed now, honestly. That's it. I'm absolutely obsessed with making them. I highly recommend this tool. Like I said, I forgot to say at the beginning. Well, I did say at the beginning. What I do with the overhang of the papers is I just get my ruler, my crafting knife, and I cut along. I can't even get the lid off. Cut along like that, just to cut off all the excess, trim the excess edges. But yeah, that's it. Quick and easy. Like I said, I will come on in the next couple of days with the Japanese binding way, and I'm going to come on and make a few more junk journals, but actually, you know, like this style with the signatures in the book, because I actually used a Ready Brek box to make the cover of this junk journal. Yeah, so it's fun. I'm having too much fun with these. So please give this video a big thumbs up, guys, if you enjoyed it, and take care. Bye.